Hello, my name is Aaron Engelman from Two Teachers Tax Service here in Lyman, South Carolina. Today, we're going to talk about the Educator expense deduction and how it will change in 2026 and beyond. The Educator expense deduction has been available to eligible K-12 educators since 2002. Teachers, aides, principals, and counselors with at least 900 hours of schoolwork per year are eligible for this deduction. Eligible educators with unreimbursed out-of-pocket expenses have been able to take an above-the-line deduction of up to $300. Qualified expenses include books, supplies, computer equipment, and software, and other materials that are used in your classroom. What this means for 2025 is that the current deduction continues. The maximum deduction is $300 per educator, or $600 for two educators married filing jointly. Any expenses beyond the $300 are not deductible, and this is a simple tax deduction for eligible educators. Here's how it's changing in 2026. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act changes the rules. The $300 above-the-line deduction will remain. However, excess expenses now become deductible on Schedule A for those who itemize their deductions. Those excess expenses deductible in Schedule A are unlimited and not tied to income. Also, the idea of who is an eligible educator expands to also include K-12 interscholastic coaches and sports administrators. Qualified expenses also expands to include supplies for health and physical education courses, athletic supplies, and personal protective equipment used for the prevention of the spread of coronavirus. So here's what it means for you. Standard deduction filers may see no added benefit beyond the $300. Itemizers can deduct significant extra expenses starting in 2026. If you are an eligible educator, you may want to consider timing large purchases to be made in 2026 so that you can pick up that excess educator deduction. And of course, you should track your receipts carefully. The increased educator expense deduction could provide significant benefit to educators that have a large amount of unreimbursed classroom expenses. For taxpayers who are close to itemizing their deductions, this educator expense deduction could make the difference between the standard deduction and the itemized deduction being of more value. The $300 above-the-line deduction will remain for the foreseeable future for itemizers and for standard deduction. You may or may not see a tax benefit depending on your situation. If you have any questions, we are a phone call away. Contact us at 269-449-8277 or by email at twoteacherstax@gmail.com. Thank you.